信変身変身変身変身変身変身変身変身変身変身変身変身変身変身変身変身変身変身変身変身変身新仮面ライドもう今サイクロンスタールアクセルタギとストライアドベントビビティトークサス絶滅タイムコンファインキートトリガー仮面ライドクリアメント変身変身変身変身変身変身変身変身変身変身変身変身変身変身変身変身変身変身変身変身変身変身変身変身変身変身変身変身新仮面ライドもう今サイクロンスタールアクセルタギとストライアドベントビビティトークサス絶滅タイムコンファインキートトリガー仮面ライドクリアメント変身変身変身変身変身変身変身変身変身変身変身変身変身変身変身変身変身変身変身変身変身変身変身変身変身変身変身変身新仮面ライドもう今サイクロンスタールアクセルタギとストライアドベントビビティトークサス絶滅タイムコンファインキートトリガー仮 Restart.
My lords, my ladies, welcome back to the Monster Hunter Weekend Hunts with viewers. I'm the Princess Knight VTuber Regular Avalon, and with me, as usual, I have Big Malone.
Hey, let's get some gear today.
So, my plan, for starters, is to just hit Lunagaron now that I've got that urgent quest unlocked. I guess a join request. Let me look up what it's weak to, since I went to the trouble of getting all of those elemental great swords.
Oh, I'm gonna make sure I eat before we start too. Gotta get my Dongo Slugger and Fighter and Defender.
Let's see. Lunagaron. There you are. It is weak to fire, okay.
Fire? Okay, I'll get up with fire weapon.
It's definitely not aquatic. Assuming it's a fanged beast, given that it's a wolf looking thing. Okay, time for a monster I know nothing about.
Alright, let's see if I can still do these controls after just being discombobulated with all my gaming. And then the fact that they're reversed from World. Okay.
Oh, Theorain just comes with you, okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I see what you're saying. I didn't realize. Yeah, she just. I mean, stories, bro. You know, for the plot.
I'm not complaining since the AI partners are actually really competent.
Yeah, they don't do damage for you, but man, do they support you in ways that matter, like putting down the barrels for you and some other set. Oh yeah, pulling out extra monsters. To do the,
Luchika
full
gets pretty
battles.
good damage if you can keep her alive, because she has no defense. Nope. That's apparently not climbable. However, they like completely made up her dialogue in English. What she says in Japanese is totally different.
I think you had that meme where it's like you don't really learn Japanese from watching something.
Yeah. It's like, why not? Oh, because our translation is wrong. I can't believe I missed that. Well, here comes Barrioth to be helpful.
My God, King, he came out of nowhere. He came out of nowhere. The Rock is here to save mankind. I still never forget that one fight. I know you know the names of the who I'm talking about, but yeah, that fight where this is what it felt like when that guy came out of nowhere.
Yeah, Magnamalo just shows up solely so that you can do some Wyvern riding.
No other reason.
Wait, no! Ah! Oh, wow. Missed again? I was hoping it would come over here and run into me.
Man, I need more iframes on my dodges. That's BS.
You gotta start putting evade window on. Oh! Finally got a hit, and it wasn't a clean one.
Trying to do some soul bad guy mechanics.
Yeah, the way that the greatsword hits work is that you really need to connect square, or you won't really benefit from like the full damage that you should be getting. Ah! Nice. I forgot to bring my gourmet fish, which are an extremely good item that you don't really have any reason to find out about.
What is it? Does it give you a billion buffs?
So you get these from doing Motley Mix with a pop fish, and what it does is it immediately gives you, like, restores all of your currently red health, and then it gives you a fairly long-lasting buff that lets you heal green health much more quickly over time. Normally you only recover up to where the red health is, but with this you get like all the red health back, and then you can immediately start regenerating further. So it's just a really good healing item in general. Oof. At least that doesn't seem to cause bleed. Oh, come on. Okay, I got stunned out of my super armor move. Oh, that goes a lot further than I thought it did. That's better. God damn it, Barrioth. It moved him out of the way.
Gotta love it. Ah! He just immediately turned around and bopped me. One frame turnaround. My mic's working, right?
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure. Okay, yeah, you're just in the zone.
Oh, but I think I'm... No, the Discord overlay is turned on.
Okay, don't worry about it. I was just asking how bleeding worked earlier. But you might have been focused on something else.
Oh, yeah, it's, you take damage, like, when you're moving around, and, the way that you fix it is you, like, hold still and crouch for a bit, and that will also give you a buff that increases your natural healing rate. But, like, rolling or whatever, you immediately take damage, so it's pretty nasty.
Yeah, I roll spam, so I'm never a good time.
That time he stopped just short of running into my Rage Slash.
Gotta love it. You know, there's times where I'm ready to throw my really big bug attack. Like I throw this, like it has a bit of a wind up, then I throw this massive bug out. Then I get all my powders, but then he just jumps.
Yeah.
The camera's off. Hammer off is a skill issue. The jump is not.
Fine, just run away while I'm doing a big Y-bug attack. That's cool. Oh, I know why it looks like the Discord overlay is not working. It's because I put the banner that I put to cover the big blank space on the screen in front of it.
Whoops. You censored it.
Pissed. Okay, that guaranteed stuns, so I can't armor through his like Berserker Barrage Wolverine double slash.
How dare you mention Marvel trademark stuff on this? Disney's gonna get you back. Nah, they're not Nintendo. They're not gonna sue you that easily. If anything, they want the attention. Unlike Nintendo.
See if you can get a mount on him, because I've set up the bugs that are on the walls to be fire element, so he'll take big damage if he gets slammed into that.
Oh, I don't really have the big mount damage. Yeah, I don't do a lot of blue damage on this build.
Yeah, any wire bug stuff will do though.
Oh, like no, my wire bug stuff doesn't really do it because I slam my bug into him, and then it just creates a bunch of powder damage. That is
Yeah,
blue.
but you no, wire bug, the L2 plus buttons one. Like your switch skills and stuff, that kind of thing.
Yeah, no. I'm just saying like the switch skill I have doesn't actually. I'm gonna do the other one. Let's see if this one's any good. So I forgot the other switch skill I used.
Yeah, you've got a few that will actually use up wire bugs.
No, but I mean, I'm just saying like the skill I use the most doesn't actually do any blue damage. I just basically shoot my bug in and he creates a bunch of powder. Then it just creates like this 1,000 damage plus explosion if I set it up right.
Oh, it's dead. Okay, never mind. Huh?
Yeah, I'm gonna switch my layout slightly and do any of the other wire bug skills.
Well, stuff like your the vault and then like all the aerial moves, those will also do mounting damage. They haven't changed that.
Yeah, I mean it's not that much though. Oh, actually, the setup I have, I don't do the. Yeah, I need to actually just change my setups a little bit. I have one that's meant to go off of a specific. Actually, no. If I do my bug switch, it'll work. Like the one I have, it's funny. It's like one hit does the blue damage and the other two doesn't. It's like why? When I have all three do it,
it's
it'd be too much fun.
It's actually like that in World as well. It's just that there's no feedback on whether or not you're doing like actual mounting damage or not.
Yeah, I remember you warned me about that with like one particular move.
Yeah, the like helicopter in the air, only the first hit of that actually does mounting damage.
Yeah. No, I swapped out the helicopter for a different move, but yeah, I'll set up to where I can mount a little bit easier. That's kind of what we need to.
Yeah, it's more that like in that specific situation, it would have been really good to get a mount so that you could like wall slam him, but it's not a huge deal.
私たちの帰りを待てなかったのか
Okay, I gotta quickly go to the Argosy and get my goodies.
It's alright, I gotta watch a cutscene.
Alright, that gave me time to heat up the pizza again.
ああなってしまっては止められんあとは報告を待つとしよう任せるバハリ調査は中断だ
どうして
中断だ上だ
Hi, Malzino.
Okay, I'm back. Something skippable cutscene. Content.
You know, I'm still in the cutscene.
I know I'm watching. I have you on the other monitor.
.大丈夫だ
Hey, people, talk to me.
お待ちしておりました。はい。お待ちしておりました。またお越しくださいませ。
おう、多撃炎。じゃあまたな。
お疲れ様っす。へえ。さらばっす。いらっしゃい。いってらっしゃい。
Okay, then I need to go back to... Hey Lauren, how's it going? Who wanted to talk to me?
あら、こんにちは。わあ、ご自愛くださいね。ご用件をどうぞ。おお。またどうぞ。
Okay, I need to check in at Money Plaza, as I think everything is finished. Not quite.
Awesome. Okay, I'm gonna change a few buttons around.
Oh, yeah. さて、始めよう。では交換だ。楽しかったぞ。
And the market has a sailor.
ただいまお値引き中。大当たり。得しちゃったね。ご利用どうも。
Right, let's see what we can get from Lunagaron's parts.
元気してる？
Oh, I unlocked a bunch of stuff actually. That's kind of a good generic one actually. Very nice. Remember, so this one is basically poison themed, and the Lunagaron
小さな頃から
is...
この道一筋。
Oh, it's a latent power set, okay.
結構ベテランなんだよね。私。腕前は信用してくれて大丈夫だからね。
Latent power. What does that even do in this game? Because it's like, it's borderline broken in world, because of how easily you can keep it up.
I don't remember. There were several guides on it though.
Oh, okay. It's actually pretty good. It's the plus 50% critical rate and 50% stamina reduction, but they sort of nerfed it a little bit because now it's on a 2-minute 45-second timer once an encounter with a monster starts, and then once the effect activates, it lasts for 2 minutes. But while you're attacking, the timer counts down twice as fast. In world, it also got a chunk taken off of it whenever you got damaged. And it was whenever you reached 180 damage. So it was really easy to set it up. So it's less incredibly good than it was in World because it's not trivial to activate, but it's still pretty good. So this is like this should be a really solid generic set because you get, actually, what's redirection? Yeah, and you can, because like this is set up so that it will work with basically any kind of build. So you could just like build a Lunagaron set and then you would be good for like switching between weapons or doing whatever. Let's see about weapons. Country, there you are. Oh, you're significantly better than what I've got. But I'd have to go down the Barrioth tree to get you. So I can farm that on my own time.
Hey, whatever you want to do, I'm here.
Before that, I got handed a bunch of optional quests that I want to clean up, so that's probably the best thing to do.
Yeah, get the annoying ones that are better with multiple people out of the way.
Yeah.
Kill 50 of this guy. Kill 20 of that guy.
This one, we're hunting 2 avatars, so they are weak to fire.
Okay,
Actually,
more fire. The heat.
Yep.
Enjoy.
So don't need to change anything.
Okay, so we're hunting the super crab twice. Okay,
Yeah,
there's even two
the
of them.
red one, not the blue one. I can't believe that missed. Come on. Oh, I got grabbed.
Do I just hit it till you get out? Okay.
Yep, apparently. Oh, here comes its friend. Not its friend.
Huh? Where was the mounted Punisher? Damn, I guess I timed it just wrong. Oh, okay, never mind, it did it. No, it did it. It just got me off of it. But usually I'm on it.
Yeah, you get off it partway through.
Okay, I remember like being part of the animation more, but you know what? I'll take it.
It kind of depends on the
Might be
monster.
I was gonna say it must be monster specific. Yeah, it's like some of them like just ooze out a bunch of like water, like some kind of water beam, and then like yeah, I'm still part of the action.
Uh-oh. Nope, it went after you. Okay. It is continuing to go after you. Nice.
Oh, okay, so we killed him. Okay, cool.
Yeah, with ones where there's multiple targets, the monsters will all have reduced HP so that it doesn't take 10 years to do a hunt.
Oh, okay, okay. I was like, that seemed a little bit early, but you know what? I'll take it. Maybe that's a sign of getting better at the game. Nah, it's just a sign that they reduced the HP. Got it. Okay, that makes me feel better about it. It's like you have to haunt 3 of these guys.
Yeah, the ones that are like that, they all have way less HP, so it's, you know, because otherwise that would take, like, actually hours. Ah!
Really? You got hated on. Gee, it sure is gaming around here.
Oh, I'm low. Okay, you can't just like
All right,
hide
my
in the
turn.
air.
Okay, he let go pretty fast. Good thing I remembered how to use my wire this time. I would have been dead.
Yeah. I didn't trust my super armor. I probably should have. Oh,
I felt like he was too high because of the terrain. So I just took the hit. I'm water blighted, I guess.
my cat set or someone's cat set up a vase of vitality, which will heal it if you walk into it.
No, that's yours. I don't have a cat.
Yeah, but you can still use
That's a
it.
dog. Oh no, I'm just saying. Like, yeah, you said somebody's cat. Like, no, that's definitely your cat.
Forgot I had that for a minute. Nice. That was your bug that got it, I think.
That's happened so many times. That little 3 damage hit or whatever really adds up. Just always right on time. It's happened in the world, happened here. It's always funny. Never gets old.
So yeah, something that I found out like yesterday is these bugs that hang out on the walls that you can wall bang monsters into. If you hit them with elemental damage, then they take on that element. So for monsters that are weak to the element, you can like attack these or use a Fireblight beetle or something on this, and then when you slam the monster into it, they'll do damage of that element and inflict the blight themselves.
Okay, that's cool. So basically, you just tap it, then boom, you get the setup. That's what you're talking about. Try to get. Yeah, I get what you're saying now.
Yeah.
Just wall bang them with the release thing, and then boom. That's cool.
I'd legitimately found that out like yesterday or the day before because I was reading a guide on Steam, and they're like, "Did you know this is a thing?" And I was like, "Seriously?" And yes, it works. Blood orange Bishotin.
100 large master rank monsters. Jeez.
Nice one.
It's got the trophy fort.
These are weak to water.
Alright, water we go.
I actually make like a tier 1 water gem. Search. Water tap. There we go. Yeah, remembering to drink drugs might be a good idea.
But my arcade games say winners don't use drugs.
Yeah, well, your arcade game
know
never
this
played
will
Monster
never end.
Hunter.
Yeah. Yeah. Not only were they not playing Monster Hunter, they were definitely not in a rush for anything. Okay, I was looking at the wrong thing because I was looking at the color orange, not this like Top Man looking thing.
You know, that's a
Right.
Volvidion. I think. I think that's how you pronounce that. No, we want both of the little tornado-looking guys. Ah! The monster and I just completely missed each other despite standing, like, face to face. Okay. We're having a lot of highly skilled dodges today, by which I mean that the monster is somehow missing me repeatedly.
The anti-Ragnal AI. It downloaded your timings.
Yeah, but it's helping me.
Oh, you're hitting? Oh, okay, you're missing.
No, it like, I'm hitting it and it's just missing me for no reason.
Okay, no, I misunderstood the situation. I thought you were just missing every cool hit.
Casual 1000 damage hit. Oops.
Shit, my combo kept going.
I also hit it, so
yeah.
no worries.
It was like 5 combos in a row. It was just on a rampage.
This one's taking a lot of damage, so stay on it and beat up the other one.
Alright, all yours.
Oh, we got it. Okay. There's nowhere to slam this one though, so... Okay, well, we shouldn't need blood orange Bijouten materials for a while.
Oh, I forget to ask. Are you gonna you will be on a more regularly streaming schedule soon? Because are you kind of where you need to be for your uni work?
Yeah, I just need to do the weekly discussion threads, which is honestly harder than writing the paper. It takes less time than writing the paper. So yeah, I'll be able to stream a lot more frequently once I've got that sorted.
All right, what you got coming up? I remember there was a few projects you wanted to do, and I don't know which ones you're sticking to at this point.
What I might actually work on at the moment is since Gundam Breaker 4 is coming out at the end of the month, and I never actually finished 3, I thought I might like try and do that.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
Oh. Possibly. The issue with it is that like Gundam Breaker is kind of like a Monster Hunter style game. You're really expected to play with people. And I'm not sure that I will find anyone online on it at this point because it's a wow, I'm getting bopped. It's a Southeast Asia release of the game, so I don't know which servers it actually uses. And PSN can be really funny about that.
Fair. Yeah, like if we didn't have the region problem, I thought 4 was interesting. I might give it a shot, but you said
Yeah, it's also on PS4.
Yeah, I have a PS4. I don't have a 5 though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, I don't play my PS4 a lot. I used to do like Mortal Kombat on it, and sometimes I do Garega, some of the shmups on it. But yeah, I do have one, but I need it. Really did like Battle Assault, for what it's worth.
Yeah, that unfortunately.
I'm sorry, Mosu Gundam or Dynasty Warrior Gundam is what they call
Yeah.
it. Yeah, that's the one I like.
Battle Assault is the allegedly free-to-play one.
No, Battle Assault was also a fighting game, I think. For the PSX.
Oh,
There's
yeah,
Battle
no,
Assault
what's the new one? It's like Battle Operation or something?
I know what you're talking about. I've seen somebody play it before, but I don't know its name. I love that wealth and glory to the winner.
I think it's Battle Operation. Because, yeah, Battle Assault is the, like, PSX fighting game.
Yeah, that one was fun. I wouldn't play it competitively, but yeah, that one's just fun, dumb fun.
You know what? I actually kind of want to look up competitive stuff for that game, because I bet it's, like, super cursed.
Yeah, I bet, like, it has the Death Sight problem. Like, I know Death Sight, you cannot block them.
In Endless Waltz, yeah. Endless Duel, the SNES game, yeah. Because Death Scythe had, like, a true infinite.
I don't think he has a true infinite, but also there's, Heavy Arms is stupid. He's just like the zoner. Like, his zoning patterns are just completely awful, I think, if you know what you're doing.
He also has some really goofy shit. Like, that game has, like, a Street Fighter-esque thing where, like, normally you can't block jumping moves if you're crouching. But Heavy Arms' jumping light weapon attack must be blocked crouching and can't be blocked standing.
What?
Yeah, they just, like, mixed up the property on it or something. Because the game is cursed, and I assume that instead of having, like, universal properties, each move is, like, individually propertied.
So a disgruntled intern was coding it and just kind of hit the wrong button as he fell asleep at the wheel. Got it.
Yeah, that is entirely likely. It's pretty goofy.
I mean, it's probably like the glitch I have in Dimahoo, where like the left half of the game's characters, if you pick up power-ups, you get weaker. Like they messed up the calculations for the bullets. So you want to be the lowest level. Yeah.
Huh?
So like you'll see me dodge power-ups intentionally because you get weaker as you power up instead of vice versa.
That's
Good game design.
Yeah.
But then if you play the right half of the cast, it works as intended. Like not even the sarcastic kind. So there you go. Gaming. True gaming.
Okay. I need to go back and see to the mercenaries. The, if I recall rightly, the NTSC version of Gundam Battle Assault also just, like, reskinned Zeta Gundam as Wing Gundam for some reason, because, like, that was the currently airing show.
Hey, that's good marketing.
Which kind of made me reconsider how separate those designs actually are, since, if you don't already know, you can't really tell that it's been reskinned.
Is Zeta the one with the big arm cannon, or is that double Zeta?
That's double Zeta. Zeta does have one, but it's external to the unit.
Yeah, yeah. No, like when I first saw this, I'm like, that's kind of cool. He just literally has a gun arm.
Yeah, the double Zeta is really funny because it's basically just like, what if the Zeta Gundam, but we literally doubled everything about it. So like it has like two, yeah, it has like true like mega beam cannons, it has the same like rifle slash beam saber design, except it has two of them. Its transformation uses a like core system so that it can be like two or three pieces, and it has a huge missile launcher instead of a little grenade launcher. It's really just like, what if Zeta Gundam, but we went really hard on it. Oh, has it? Shit. That could be a lot of things. Okay, no, it's definitely using the right microphone. I may have just been talking into it too loudly. Oh. Oh yeah, no, I'm definitely peaking it because I got excited. Let me turn that down a little bit. That should be a bit better.
Is Double Zeta Camille, and Camille's a man's name? Or is that
No,
Zeta?
no, Double Zeta is Camille's successor, Judo, because at the end of Zeta Gundam, Sirocco launches a psychic attack using his new type powers, because that's apparently a thing that can happen. And, like, Camille ends up, like, brain damaged and kind of regresses to a childlike state. This is so stupid, by the way, that it was actually removed from the movie version. Oh, now it's reverbing? Because I'm always a little bit reverby because of... Hold on a minute. Sources... Nope, not that one. Not that one either. Oh no, it's actually in this one. Okay, I'm going to studio mode. Studio properties. Filters. Let me... That muted me. Oh. Let's turn the gain off entirely and see if that works a little bit better. Let's turn me up a little bit there. And the rest of this should be okay. Did that help? Or am I still like super reverby? Okay, well, let's just assume that that's okay for now. The thing with Camille is so stupid that, like, it was retconned in the compilation movie version, and, in, like, almost every Super Robot Wars game since then, even if they're not specifically using the movie version, they use the movie's retcon of it, and have it be, like, a totally different thing. Because it's really wild. That happens, especially because Sirocco is like a powerful new type, but he doesn't believe that like new types are a thing. And so the idea.
Ask, what weapon damage type?
Let's see, we're doing, what are we even hunting? A Rathian and a Bisha 10. So Bisha 10 is weak to fire and ice, and the Rathian should be weak to dragon, yeah.
Okay. Anyways, okay, commence the excitement. So yeah.
So
he doesn't believe in new types.
yeah, and so he's like, when Camille starts like powering up because the Zeta Gundam starts like gathering the souls of the dead or whatever, Sirocco is like, what is even happening? And then he just like somehow gathers the ability to do a psychic attack, which nobody has ever done before or since. Like, the concept is used in Victory Gundam and then revived in like Double Zeta Gundam and Unicorn, although we try not to talk about Unicorn.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't watched you, but when I played Dynasty Warrior Gundam, those ones look like a cluster, a massive cluster. Just their dialogue, the character designs, the way the Gundams looked. It's like, yeah, they really took this new type thing to the max.
I actually quite like the like design of the Unicorn Gundam itself, where it has like the masked form and then the Gundam style form. I think that's really cool. However, the show itself is based on a light novel, which was written by someone, and this is insane, who wrote the Turn A Gundam novels way back in the day, which I bring up only because those are generally considered to be pretty good. And yeah, they are pretty fucking awful.
Is Turn A the one that has the pilot that's like that little tan guy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like, keep in mind, I don't know these characters really well, but I remember appearances, yeah.
Yeah, Turn A is quite good. The original idea of it was that, like, it was like the end state of every Gundam series. Like, eventually it would kind of like converge into this post-apocalyptic scenario. And so it's set after there's been like a technological apocalypse, because the Turn A and Turn X are designed to be like solar system invasion units. The Turn X is heavily implied to have come from outside the solar system. So the implication there is that humans like expanded beyond the solar system and then got into a war, and nobody that's left in like our solar system remembers what happened. But their Moonlight Butterfly attack spreads nanomachines that basically disassemble like anything above a certain degree of complex technology into its constituent particles. So everything just turned to sand, basically. And Turn A happens when people have just started like kind of clawing themselves back out of the dirt.
Wow.
Yeah.
It
So
almost sounds like a Kojima plot, especially with the nanomachines.
yeah. So the novel of that is quite interesting and it has some pretty cool stuff. Like, one of the characters who is a villain digs up the Psycho Gundam from Zeta Gundam and ends up, because it has like sort of similar design to the Turn A, they end up calling it the Black Doll instead because nobody knows what it actually is. But the reader is meant to recognize it as the Psycho Gundam, which is really cool. The issue with Unicorn is that the author didn't give a shit about like anything in UC, which is Gundam's best established and best explored setting. So if you just don't pay attention to it, then it's like really shitty. And they fell into the trap that a lot of Gundam authors fall into nowadays, which is that they really want to compete with Turn A. Like, we saw that with 00, where the 00 Gundam was like, oh, it can quantize, so you can turn into your like constituent particles and then teleport somewhere else and reform. Because that's a thing that belongs in Gundam, apparently. So, like, almost anything that's like softer sci-fi Gundam will, at the moment, like, goes down the route of, oh, we need to like be stronger than Turn A for some reason. So yeah, Unicorn falls
Turn
into
A
that.
have full frontal? Because I remember seeing that name, we were trying not to laugh because like me and my buddies weren't the biggest Gundam. Oh wait, Pookie Pookie. Okay, we're gonna skip. Wait, is this the one we need or?
No, this is Puke Puke. And I'm actually wearing my
make it
fire
sure,
kit, so we actually want to go this way and fight Bishanten first.
Yeah. Anyways, no, I was gonna say is okay, full frontal. Like I remember we saw that name and we were laughing. It's just it didn't say full frontal assault, but just full frontal. It's like, really?
Yeah, that's a Tomino name classic. That's one of the few like references to actual works that the author got right. Tomino is famous for having like insane character names like that. Like the villain in Aura Battle of Dunbine is an arms dealer who, or like an engineer, and then he becomes like an arms dealer in the other world. And yeah, his name is Shot Weapon.
And bring Stabley.
Yeah, Bring Stabity is literally the name of one of the innovators in 00 Gundam. It's meant to sound like bring stability, but they left a bit out.
No, like Supreme Commander 2, like there's these super units called experimental units. They're really exciting usually, but like they're getting really lazy on one of them. It's like there's something like a hunter called We Define You. We do both. Like there's something that does like anti-submarine, anti-ship. Like we do both. Or something. Just these really dumb names.
Yeah, literally, I think only Ribbons has like something resembling a normal sounding name.
I mean, it's kind of fruity, but it's not like full throttle. Healing Care, Divine Nova. Oh, jeez.
Is that what Divines is meant to? Right. Because they pronounce it like Divine all the time instead of how you would normally expect it to be pronounced in Japanese.
I put that up there with Joanna Man. Whoops, that did not come off in time, I jumped. Shoot, we're at the deadline for writing. We don't know a name. Quick, come up with something. Sorry.
Yeah, and you, to be fair, and you actually fits in so well that you might not realize she's a plant. Because, like, it seriously sounds like the names that the other Bridge Bunny characters have. Because they are also all pretty bad.
Grave Violet. Violent. Oh, okay.
Ah. Okay, you can't super armor through that. Yeah, and there's also, the guy from, Sentinel Gundam, who is named Brave Cod. Like the fish.
Brave Cod?
Yes, like the fish.
Okay, I thought I misheard you for a moment.
Yeah, no, that's just actually his name. I bet Gundam Wiki will have a theory if you look him up on it. Like, it's not quite Dark Souls levels of making shit up, but it makes shit up a bit.
Yeah, so when are you going to become a Dark Souls lore master? As you can see, this purple texture here that's incomplete represents how, you know, you can just go on and on. This game was incomplete. In the sense that it was all a divine plan from Lord Haberdasher to make the game. I don't know. Yeah, but you know where I'm going with this.
Yeah. I think, have you just leaked Vadi Vidya's next script?
You know, no, somebody said this, like, literally, they're like, just plug this stuff into Chat GPT and narrate it, and see people will buy it. Just
Yeah.
for lots of games, honestly. Not just Dark Souls. Like, we're shitting on a different game, but I can see the same for Dark Souls. Just put it in
Yeah,
Chat
and I mean-
GPT and see what you get.
Dark Souls certainly does encourage that kind of theory crafting, which I do think is a good thing. It's like something that is genuinely enjoyable. However, the absolute state of the lore community is pretty awful.
But like, there's definitely some clues they left behind that are actually really cool, like with certain people. But yeah, it's so easy to abuse that kind of thing. It's so easy to make fun of, like when it's done right. When they make it that ambiguous, it's like, well, anything goes.
Yeah. And since I'm, a boomer, and when I was doing my, year 11 and 12, I was taught that if you wanted to make a statement about a text, you had to support it using the text. So I get very tilted when I see people just make shit up and be like, oh, and this is, like, how it works. It's like, citation needed.
Well, I did have a teacher say this once. Like, I was writing about, like, the USSR and the Warsaw Pact. He's just like, you don't have to find the exact, like, document that said, oh, yeah, Russia gave their allies money. And when they made the Warsaw Pact, sometimes people get a little bit too obsessed with citation. But at the same time, when there's what we're talking about right now where it's the opposite, it's like, yeah, you can go a little bit too far and just make things up. Like, he gave me a wording to use, just be like, it can be assumed that blah, blah, blah. At least it was somewhat reasonable in this case. But yeah, it's so easy to take that to the stratosphere. So easy.
Ah! It ran away right as I reached it. I'm just gonna look at that now while I'm traveling. Gundam Wiki, fucking ribbons.
Yeah, the maiden's feet. If you look at it, it spells CBT with the dust that was there. So that's why they put less frames in the game to give you warnings on anything. Because they wanted to make the game harder. It's in the DNA of the characters, dummy. Why didn't you see that to begin with?
Let's see.
Do you have any barrels? He's asleep. I'm gonna wait till you get here.
I don't, but I do have True Charge Slash on my alternate.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna let you do an Alpha Strike when you're ready.
Nope, even the Gundam Wiki doesn't have a theory about Ribbon's name being Ribbon's Almark. I guess we'll never know.
It's like that one ghost image. It's a mystery.
Yeah.
From
something awful, yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. I fucked up.
Gohan, I told you! Use your attack, damn it! Batman big?
Okay,
Batman
to be fair,
oh hell yeah!
Zabungle is like a parody show.
Yo, there's a rapper named Fat Man Scoop. That's like his alternate identity.
That's like very in character for Zabungle though.
When I've told some people about a fat man on roller skates and Metal Gear Solid 2, some people didn't believe me.
Like, surely it couldn't be that stupid. It's like, yes, it could.
I'm sorry, between stuff like that and what's his name, Raiden, I just didn't play 2. I also didn't have a PS2, but that just made me that much more discouraged. I later understand the message he's trying to make, but that still doesn't make for me wanting to play the game. But I wanted to play Snake.
Okay, unironically, Metal Gear Solid 2 is actually incredibly good, but it's definitely, it was very ahead of its time.
Oh, 100%. No, like, there's a lot of merit it has to it that I dismissed. I didn't really know any better and understand what was going on.
Yeah, I think that's true for, like, everyone at the time. just didn't.
But I still like to
wasn't
call
ready for
him
it.
pretentious and all that. Yeah, like he is very pretentious, but still, he at least has some good ideas for sure. Ragno AI.
It's just
Made
the
in the
typical.
primordial ooze of Souls games and Gundam.
Wait, what? Why? Okay. Today I learned there is a relic record hidden in the, like, Spiribird bushes where I'm standing. With Kojima, I don't think it's pretension so much as ambition, and, that ambition sometimes exceeds his grasp.
Okay, that's a fair way to put it. However, like, he definitely is a legit coder. The fact, like, he definitely pushed his team. The fact he's like, let's, you know, get as close as we can to the metal to try to get these games to run better on these systems. Yeah, I'll give him that. I heard a story, like, he made this really interesting setup in Konami. I forgot exactly what the engine was for at this, but, like, he did some really hard work, and then Konami's, like, just kind of took it from him.
That's the Fox engine that Metal Gear Solid 5 runs on. Because it was made, like, for a Konami project, an IP, they have, like, the rights to it, like, the proprietary stuff, so they couldn't actually use it for Death Stranding and had to make a totally new engine.
Yeah. Someone once told me, "Don't dip your pin in the company ink." You know, that's a good example of why.
Yeah,
Like,
it's the
depending on
same
what
with,
you're
like,
trying to do.
Demon's Souls. Couldn't be re-released on anything because, Sony owns the IP. And that's also why the next game was Dark Souls and not Demon's Souls
Oh,
2.
I didn't know that. Okay, that makes a lot of sense now.
Yeah.
Too bad Dark Souls was so poorly ported to PC. I never played it. That's the only way I was gonna play it.
Yeah, both versions have their issues. There's probably fixes for the still available one at this point.
I just played 2 and 3 and just pretended 1 didn't exist. Easy.
Yeah, one is very, experimental.
But I hear everybody bitch about the swamp, and that sounded discouraging too.
Actually, so the issue with Blighttown isn't really the poison swamp part. It's the first half where you have to do a lot of platforming, which is, like, always shit. And, on release, especially on console, that area lags, like, super hard.
Yep.
It's also kind of confusing if you, like, go to it the intended way, instead of, like, not doing that, which is, like, approaching it from the backside is significantly better. Oh yeah, Fun Spark. That guy is, like, the most original character Do Not Steal that I have ever seen in an official work. That's the guy who survived having his head blown off, right? And has the, like, catgirl AI waifu girlfriend.
What?
Yeah. If that's the one that I'm thinking of, then yeah, that's that guy. Oh, and he has, like, a clone of the protagonist's mech, except his is red, and he's more powerful. It's like, it's... Oh, I just realized I'm still using my fire weapon because I never switched. Oh well.
Yeah, neither did I, yeah. I was wondering why my damage was so low comparatively.
But yeah, some proper original character do not steal stuff going on there. Like, you would have got laughed out of that, like, even on a Sonic forum 20 years ago. And then they just, like, published it in one of the biggest, most recognizable IPs on the world. Yeah, but while that, like, works out as an explanation in universe, it's still, you know, I have the protagonist thing, but stronger, which is super, like, OC do not steal thing. So while it has a good explanation, it is still absolutely that. Yeah. The designs in that are genuinely quite good. Yeah, it doesn't stand out as like an individual thing, but it's definitely a thing that you like can't not bring up when you're talking about how he's 100% like original character, do not steal. Give me that tail.
Okay, I'll focus on the tail.
Spin, do it again. Finally.
There, you happy?
Yep. Oh, it can still poison you even after its tail is cut off in Master Rank. Okay. Gotcha.
Easy. The wrong weapon damage. You guys, like, something seems off about this fight. Oh, well, I'm having a great time. Derp to derp. Oh, we're both using fire. Whoops.
Oh yeah, he's like chaotic neutral and everything.
The control collar aspect I'm reading here, the
that's the
colony,
thing.
like neck, it's explosive on his back. Yeah.
That's the thing that blew up, and then he like walked it off.
Oh, whoops.
Yeah, but the thing is, then the character profile continues because that wasn't the end of the character. Yeah, OOF is like shitty fanfiction, except they actually published it.
Hey, maybe they're trying to give you hope. No, it's like, okay, if this can get published, so can my fanfic.
Yeah. That's a different author than the Unicorn guy, right? Like, it's not the same guy that did Unicorn and is doing, like, Gundam Moon Moon? I should point out, by the way, that Moon is something that actually exists in Gundam. And you see... like, just in case you thought that was just a joke. No.
ですね。クエストリストを開きますね。
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
よろしくお願いいたします。
But you remember the like, who the fuck invited Moon theme? Meme that was like all over and a few other places when they announced that they were doing something called Gundam Moon. Because the design of it is really fucking stupid. Its thing, right, is that it has like new-type bricks, basically, that it can use as a shield, or it can like use them as a melee weapon by just flying them into things. But yeah, the actual Moon thing is from Double Zeta Gundam.
Oh,
So it's like-
what weapon do you want real quick before I forget? Which one?
What are we're hunting all kinds of stuff, so I can just go with whatever. What even
Okay,
is it? It's
do my eyes, damn it,
Magmalor, Nagakuga, Rathian, and Magmalor. Nagakuga is weak to electric, and Rathian is weak to dragon, and Magmalor is weak to water. So just bring whatever you want, basically.
Got it.
Right, I should try and find like a good blast weapon to use, because blast is kind of nice.
I got some blast. Oh wait, no, I don't have the.
Oh wait, yeah, that's
blast.
right. That's why I was hunting a Magmalor on my on low rank the other day.
Funny how that works out.
I don't have the
Yeah, so
shell
hunt
class that I
blast.
need to level it up. So, this one is good though. Yes, but that's not the point. The point is that it's in, like an AI catgirl waifu in Gundam, which just does not feel correct.
Yeah, I was gonna say I would never doubt a catgirl AI waifu in anything involving anime. That's just a given.
Well, the thing about Gundam that made it stand out from other series at the time is that it's like the original Real Robot series. So you don't have stuff like that.
Yeah. I've noticed the universe has been pretty much like it tries to be at least somewhat realistic in terms of like the people and the politics with a little bit of that new type magic, which is more subtle until that mind control thing. I get why the mind, like the mind attack thing, was stupid from a thematic standpoint, based on everything else I know about the series. For
Yeah,
sure.
in the original series, the new type thing is like more of an allegory rather than a legitimate thing. But the idea is basically that as you know, humans adapted to living in new environments, so too did they adapt to like, you know, have more of a sixth sense when they were living in zero G, where having like an extended sense of what's around you is actually really important just for getting around. So originally it was just that, and then it kind of became a lot more than that.
Let me tell you a story about my buddy Wolverine, okay? So, you know, I like to make fun of Wolverine a lot, but no, this is really relevant, okay? Allegedly, Wolverine just started off as a guy who heals a little, like, faster than a normal person. It was even alluded to that he might actually be, like, a human, like a Wolverine in disguise as a human from a certain leprechaun. Like, I don't believe in leprechauns, and then leprechauns like, I don't believe in Wolverines in disguise. But anyways, he Well, just took his healing powers to the max. As time went on, his healing powers just got more and more exaggerated. It's almost like when I say like the Giga Wing soundtrack. I'm almost like, yeah, the guy had 2 weeks to make it. Then it turned out it went down to 1 week. Then it just basically it went down to like, yeah, you have 5 minutes to make this. Like, you know, it just keeps getting over the tops. I mean, a lot of things have this problem.
Yeah.
Make things more exciting.
Oh, that's pretty cool, actually. Unfortunately, it's in double OF, so, like, nobody cares. And misread the monster's move. Whoops! I thought I was gonna get to tackle through that, and I was not in time.
Yeah, after. Oh shoot! Okay, let's do a mulligan real quick. Let's do a mulligan. Actually, one thing I screwed up is I have the wrong set of kin sets. So I was gonna fight a really specific way.
Like, something about the, whole, like, new types getting, like, increasingly more treated like direct psychics. Zeta Gundam is particularly bad about this. It's kind of where it, like, really begins at a greater level than random side stories. However, something that is interesting about it is that in Zeta Gundam itself, the insane bullshit that the Zeta Gundam does is, like, never actually explained. It's just sort of, like, implied to be either some function of the machine or some function of Camille himself. But later things like, mech design books and stuff and side stories specified that it actually has a special piece of equipment called a biosensor, which is responsible for all the insane shit that happens. That is never once mentioned in the actual show. It was made up afterwards to explain all of the bullshit.
Yeah, there's some times where you're better off just not explaining it, maybe even retconning away. You know, just kind of saying, "Oh yeah, it was a fever dream." Okay.
With real robot stuff, you do, I think, really have to explain, because that's kind of what makes it a real robot show. Is that there's at least, even if it's not like hard science, there's at least a science to it.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Speaking of retcons, you ever watch the BattleTech cartoon?
No, but I know they retconned it to be in-universe propaganda.
Yes, okay. That was a cool way to do it. It's like, yeah, you're actually gonna acknowledge this exists, but it's not canon. Well, it's just it's canon in that sense.
Because I think BattleTech has a policy that, like, all of its official document, like, all of its, official fiction and stuff is canonical. And they, like, don't decanon stuff, so they had to come up with some way to make that work.
Yeah. Hey, that was a good way to do it, like, laughable propaganda.
I'm so mad that CB the movie was, like, only 30 seconds long, because it was better than the actual movie that it was in. So in the Gundam 00 movie, Awakening of the Trailblazer, which is set after the end of the second series, there's an in-universe, like, propaganda piece that tries to explain what was going on, but it's an intentionally, like, really B-grade super robot movie, and all the characters are changed, so, like, the schizophrenic guy is now a lolly, and stuff like that.
Oh,
but
geez.
the voice actors went really ham on it, so it's really good. Unfortunately, the rest of the movie is pretty shit. But that one snatch of the like fake in-universe movie is better than the entire rest of the movie. Like, if only that had been the real movie that we got. Oh, yeah! Yeah, Terrio, who is, like, really effeminate, and androgynous, is is replaced by, like, a huge black guy.
Wait, what?
Yeah, that attack
What
does
did
a
he
lot of
one-shot
damage.
me with? Oh, I thought we left the quest. Okay.
No, we failed because you died.
No. I thought we abandoned it already and then restarted because I left it. Okay, I thought we were abandoning it. Whoops. Okay.
No, you just rejoined it. I was still
No, I
in.
didn't realize what was going on. Yeah, okay. I didn't even know you could do that. Either
Yeah.
way, something society. By the way, the alcohol did wear off, but it's like, come on, really? Really, game? Since we're on the subject of giant robots, what did you guys think of Big O? I didn't watch it too much. Did you guys watch it?
Big O's first season is really good. I think its second season is less good, but it's still good. But it's certainly less good. I think because of the changes in the studio, because like Big O is part of this whole mess of like robot shows that got kind of tangled up in the director being an artiste. So the big one is let me get my dates right. Stood still. So Giant Robo: The Day the Earth Stood Still. It's actually all on YouTube if you want to watch it, and I strongly recommend it because the even though it was made in from 2006 to no, sorry, it's from 1992 to 1998. And it's 7 episodes long. It was originally meant to be finished within 3 years, but it took them over 6 years to finish making it. And so the studio between episodes was working on stuff like Big O and Get a Robo Armageddon and Super Atragon. And like Get a Robo Armageddon really suffered from this. It famously has this like insane first 3 episodes. And then the director got fired, and it was not like a clean firing. He took all of his notes and everything with it, so the back 9 episodes of the show are like completely different. So like that was an issue, and then Big O was one of the things they worked on in between. So it's kind of similar to Giant Robo, but it's yeah, see, that they should have made that instead of Awakening of the Trailblazer. I'm not even joking. It's so much better than the actual movie.
Yeah. And I'm like in this poster and the color-coded pilots and all that. Yeah.
Like Laura pointed out, the really funny part is that because Tierra, who is like an androgynous, like very Bishonen character, has the big unit, he's replaced by a huge black guy. Because that was like a thing that you did in Super Robot Anime. Like the big unit will be piloted by a big guy.
Oh yeah. I remember like Big Zam has like a heavy. Yeah, okay, I'm thinking about Timber. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. Like just really dumb stuff.
So if you you ever watch Bubblegum Crisis?
The original and Tokyo 2040, yeah.
Yeah, like my buddy talked about how like there was years between episodes.
Yeah, it was worth it though.
And all that. Yeah.
Bubblegum
like,
Crisis
what
is
you're describing,
amazing.
like, with all that crap going on, it just made me think about like, man, Bubblegum Crisis had like a weird issue too with like I forgot how he described it, but just that time lapse and everything.
How did that miss? Okay, I have no idea how he missed me that time. Well, he does get set up. I mean, you can do like padding and stuff. But yeah, they just never talk about it. Maybe wait, you never see him with his shirt off, like, elsewhere in the show, right? So maybe he's always like that and he just, like, binds it or whatever. Ah. Damn it, I overcharged it. Okay, then it is a mystery.
On the next episode of Unsolved Robot Mysteries with Ragnar and Morin.
So Ludwig is sitting on my desk and he's got his chin on his paws, right? And he's looking at my phone very intently, and I just realized that what he's actually doing is watching the reflection of what's on screen in the phone. The range on Rage Slash is like just low enough that I don't quite have it down yet. I think he's gonna run. Yeah, there he goes. Something about Unicorn that is important as well is that, so, like, the premise of UC Gundam is basically that after Earth kind of, like, expanded and started building colonies and stuff, the colonies got taxed super hard and it became this, like, American Civil War situation, like, no taxation without representation, which culminated in some colonies seceding from the Federation and declaring independence. And the Federation kind of took that personally. And so, like, most of the wars that occur in UC Gundam are either part of that conflict, if they're, like, which is mainly done in the 1 Year War, or they are, like, caused by the knock-on effect of that. Go away, Jagras. No, I'm too close for that. So, as you might imagine, there is quite a bit of, like, bad blood and things that need to be made up for. And by the time of Unicorn, the Federation basically has asserted dominance over the entirety of space, but it's largely allowing the colonies to self-govern. So it's kind of like this, almost a compromise. But the Federation is still the governing body. So Unicorn centers around searching for something called Laplace's box. Now, what this box contains is a copy of the original treaty from the founding of the Federation, which states that the colonies have the right to independence. Now, Unicorn treats it as though finding this would be like, you know, would solve everything and, you know, peace returns to all the land.
Yeah, a piece of paper. Just
But-
something makes you stop.
But it's like, okay, finding that and disseminating it would absolutely spark, like, the biggest war ever. Because it would turn out that Zeon was always, like, in the right. And so everyone would be up in arms about it. You would have, like, a full-fledged genocide war. Like, only the 1 Year War would... In fact, it might even be bigger than the 1 Year War. Like, that's just how it would be. There is no way that people would take that lying down. And in fact, in Super Robot Wars, when you find it in Super Robot Wars V, for example, you find the contents of Laplace's box, and everyone is like, "Oh shit, we have to bury this in the deepest hole we can find." Because if it ever gets found, there will never be peace again. But I
one
think
thing
that's like it's such like a microcosm of how little Unicorn's author understands.
Yeah. The one thing, I didn't watch much Gundam overall, but like another thing I was told about the series is like you can actually sympathize with the quote bad guys sometimes, like Char and stuff. He isn't necessarily like mustache twirling. Does that kind of change as time goes on?
It depends on the series, but generally speaking, Gundam is of the opinion that like everyone involved in the war is like people who are prolonging the war on purpose are probably bad people, and most people who are involved in the war really would prefer to just like finish and go home.
Got it.
So, like, the original Mobile Suit Gundam takes pains to portray both the Federation and Zeon as being, like, in the wrong. And the protagonists are primarily interested in surviving.
Yeah, instead of just going like, oh, you know, here's the absolute good guy. Nothing wrong with this guy. Absolute bad guy. Boo at this guy. Got it.
Yeah. Like,
Talk about how you sympathize with Char. Anyway, go on.
Yeah. And like Xeon does have a very specific bad guy faction, led by Giran, who is actually responsible for the 1 U war on a more direct basis, because Giran is the son of nephew of the original, like, Xeon, the guy named Xeon. Yeah, that's why the strategy game where you, like, play out the 1 U war and various wars is called Giran's Greed. It's a play on Nobunaga's ambition. But yeah, it's named after him for a reason. Like, he assassinated Zeom Zumdekim and, like, tried to kill his family, and then his branch of the family kind of took over and made this really militarist Xeon with them as nobility instead of the republic that it originally was. So he's kind of like the closest thing that the series has to an explicit bad guy. But there are plenty of people on both sides who are dicks and warmongers that you don't like. And there are also plenty of people on both sides who are, like, perfectly great people. It's just that we're fighting a war and happen to be on opposite sides.
Is Packard Norris a hero?
I mean, well, he definitely doesn't do anything bad while he's on screen.
Okay. So, you know, I mean, I only saw that one fight, but that told me a lot about his character, at least. Who he is as a soldier. Not as a person, necessarily, but at least as a soldier. Actually, he had some attributes as a person, too. Like, you know, I'm going for the actual objective, which is destroy these anti-air.
Yeah, as a character, he's really defined largely by, like, his devotion to the family that he serves. So he's kind of like a samurai-like character.
Got it.
Alright, if I go all the way back here, I think this is, like, roughly the correct range. Fuck! Nope, I messed up. Nice.
Oh, it's already dead. I don't even know how to say it in Chinese. Yujing Sula, you're already dead.
Yeah, like a Gundam Wing, which is how I got into Gundam, because it was the first one that aired on Toonami here. I was, like, part of the Toonami, like, launch block here.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Like, a lot of people got it from that. I knew
yeah.
about Macross, but not Gundam until Toonami.
Macross I only found out about because there happened to be a video of it, like a VHS of it at the VHS rental shop that I went to. And I was like, wow, cool robot. Somebody
put the family-friendly sticker on the Blue Girl. At first I was trolling, of course. Sorry, go on. I can't resist that.
So I have a really, like, spicy take about Robotech, the English version. As a dub, it's, like, incredibly good for its time. Relatively low amounts of it were censored, which is insane to start with. But also the voice acting quality is really high. And it's generally quite accurate to what it's putting together. Like, there's some stuff that you have to do because it's a dub, but it's generally pretty good. The problem is that Harmony Gold are huge dicks about it. But, like, I actually own both Macross and Robotech on DVD because I like them both.
Okay, sorry, are they the same thing or not? I always forget about, like, Macross
Robotech
and Robotech
Robotech is the English localization of Macross that Harmony Gold did, and then to bring it up to, like, a full year, they wrote two, like, sort of related series by the same studio, into it and treated it as if it was like in the future. So it's actually pretty interesting in its own right. The Macross portion of it is the best known portion of it. And for example, it's why the Phoenix from BattleTech was unseen for ages. Because it used the model of the VF1J, and Harmony Gold got up in arms about it, as they all want to do.
They look nothing alike. This has a slightly different angle. They're not the
Yeah,
same.
bullshit.
They're not the same. So yeah, I cannot resist any opportunity to do the Vanilla Ice defense.
Yeah. But yeah, so it's very much an 80s localization where accuracy wasn't the biggest concern. And it was like really normal to take liberties with the product. But it's, for its time, it's like significantly more accurate than a lot of localizations were, and I can't stress enough how high the quality of the voice work is, which is very unusual for the time.
Oh yeah, like my Blockbuster had the Yu Yu Hakusho movie. It had a different name. It wasn't Yu Yu Hakusho. It was like Spirit Investigators or something. You know, basically a translation of the name. And yeah, like when I watched the cartoon, I'm like, oh, okay, this is a thing I've seen before. This is a lot more interesting and better than this little one shot that they didn't do. They didn't put nearly as much effort into.
Yeah.
It's like you really don't know anything about the characters too. I mean, you kind of learn about them, but it's like, yeah, like that background from the show is a lot more interesting. What makes it a lot better that you didn't really get in the little one shot.
Yeah. So hating Robotech is kind of like the thing to do in the mecha community, but as a show, I think it's really, really good, especially for its time. Harmony Gold, however, are like huge dicks, which obviously hurts.
Got it.
But yeah, so and then they did like their own follow-up of it, which I know nothing about, other than it didn't go very far. But there have been a bunch of really good Robotech games, like Robotech Battle Line, which was multi-console release in the PS2 era. It was really good. I think I actually have it on my hard drive somewhere.
I think we made some good progress. I got one more hunt in me. What do you think?
All right, let's do that then.
I'll be available tomorrow too.
I won't be. I've got
you wanna do
a
more?
family lunch thing.
Okay, yeah.
It's like every other Sunday.
Enjoy it. Got it.
Macross has its own issue because like Macross 7 is music themed and the characters like play music in universe and stuff, and that makes it completely
is that the one where
unlocalizable.
rock and roll saves the world or something? 'Cause I have buddies
Pretty
talk
much.
about that. And I remember reading the description like on TV, like TV Guide or whatever when I had satellites. Like they're trying to destroy Earth's culture. So yeah, I think that was the description. They're trying to destroy Earth's culture.
No, that would have been something else because Macross 7 has never been localized. It was brought up at one point, and they mentioned that like localizing the soundtrack alone would be like 3 times the budget that they normally have for localizing an entire anime. Because they'd either have to license the original music, except that if you want to play something in like a primetime slot in America, which is like the biggest consumer block, Americans don't want to listen to people speaking Japanese. They just don't. As like a consumer base, it's really bad. And so you would have to like basically recreate all the music in English, but then you would probably also have to license it anyway because you were still using it as the basis. And that's just licensing it would be super expensive, let alone the localization process. And then you'd have license for the actual music that was created for the show, and then there's the actual localization costs, and it's a 52 episode show. With 2 movies, although they're not very good.
Now, I will say this, okay? The other reason I like to make fun of the Vanilla Ice controversy is because it set a legal precedent for sampling and like usage of that stuff. But somebody pointed this out though. If you piss off rights holders, they can still sue you, and if you don't got the civil bucks to fight them back, you know it's not even worth fighting. You're gonna lose money on the lawyer. It's like, congrats, you won, but did you really win? So that threat alone still makes it hard, or like not worth it sometimes, to try to make legally distinct changes. It's like, yeah, if they made a legally distinct change, like they still might have to go to court and all that. It's like, yep, did we really win? Maybe not.
Yeah.
That's also the funny part thinking about that, how it's changed over time. But it's a real threat.
Let's do, okay, I have one more side quest, so let's do this one, which you'll want to bring a fire weapon for.
Alright, yeah, let's make it count. Okay, now, how divided are people on G Gundam, like in the community? Does that one get a lot of like lovers and haters, or is there kind of a consensus in the community?
G Gundam is generally very well received. There's a few people who hate it on principle because they have no sense of humor. But it's one of the few AU Gundam series that like really gets what Gundam is about. At a core level, because it's really about like how humans interact with each other and the environment and like the politics and powers that revolve around that. G Gundam does this really well. It's just wrapped in this like kung fu movie aesthetic. It's like a lot of, for example, a lot of people will either really like G Gundam or really like Wing, and I like both because I think they both are some of the best examples of like Gundam's core message. It's just they are radically different in aesthetic. And of course,
I enjoy that they had action all the time. Sorry, go on.
The dub for G Gundam is amazing since it was handled by a Canadian studio, and they also did the really good dubs of Zoids, and they did the good Cardcaptors dub that the US didn't get, but we got here. Oh yeah, it absolutely is. But people really hated that on principle. Like, a lot of people were just like, oh, it's just like build whatever, like it's a Sword Art Online ripoff. And then once people got to the like isekai aesthetic, a lot of them just gave up immediately. But yeah, Build Divers Re-Rise is by far the best Gundam series. Like, Build in general is good television, but Divers Re-Rise is just above and beyond. However, the problem with it is that you can't talk about what makes it really good without spoiling it.
Okay, just without spoiling, so is there like a major plot twist that makes it that shows up? Just yes or no?
Yeah, there's this huge plot twist that like recontextualizes the entire show.
Okay, so I don't like, if anybody watches, I don't want you to ruin it, but got it. So just big enough plot twist that it makes it exciting and interesting.
Yeah, it's Laura and I were watching it like as it came out, and when we're having this feeling as it kind of progressed through the first season, and then the climax of the first season happens, and we were losing our fucking minds.
Did you ever watch, I think it was Parasite? Like, that had a lot of amazing, like, it almost ended in a great cliffhanger, like, at the end of every episode. It's like a bunch of people have these parasites, and
I've seen a bunch of live action movies of it, but I've never seen the original series, and I think it's based on
I
manga.
watched the original. The original was just amazing at cliffhangers. It's like there's a part where a dude literally gets stabbed in the chest. It's like, that's like you just killed the main character. How the fuck do you cliffhangers do that? And it makes sense.
Uh-oh. Ah! Oh, what would we do without Panic Dive? With Re-Rise, it's not so much a cliffhanger, but that what you learn at the end of its first series completely recontextualizes not only itself, but like the preceding series as well. And so you end up watching and it's like, oh shit, that's how that works. It's just really good television.
Yeah, I'm just thinking about anything close I've watched. It's like, you know, there's something going on. It's like, wow, just blows your mind. But like, no, okay, that had cliffhangers. It wasn't really the recontextualized. But I'll also give Parasite credit that it's very consistent within its universe. They talk about how something works. It will show up later, and it will show up the way they talked about it too. They don't bullshit you with like, I mean, you know, they're not going for that kind of plot twist. I mean, there's really exciting cliffhangers, but at least they're honest about how the parasites work, which is good.
Yeah.
So I hate it when they make something up because they have to, because maybe they didn't expect it to get that far. Like, there's this one thing that showed on Toonami where it's like this half blue, half red robot team. You might know the name of it, but it's like it's a bunch of guys. Like, I remember there's even a baby. Like, all these guys are half red, half blue. And one of them, like the baby has these teleport powers to save the protagonist because the protagonist was supposed to die to do the way the writer was setting it up. But it's like, oh shit, we got to save him because this is too popular. We can't just kill him that early.
That's not ringing a bell. But you do see.
I had a really interesting techno intro. But like,
okay.
The people are half blue and half red. That was a distinct part about its visuals. And there's a group of people that were half blue and half red.
You do get a lot of stuff like that. A well-known example in anime stuff is King Crimson, the stand of the antagonist from Part 5 of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, famously makes no sense. Not only is its description kind of weird, but it has powers when it's first introduced, and it has a completely different set of powers later. Because that was way later and, like, Araki changed his mind about what he wanted to do with it.
Oh, also, famously in Fist of the North Star, Yuri was supposed to die after she fell off the cliff. And then
they brought her back for...
But I'm sure we all know that. Like, it was supposed to go out a certain way.
It does, actually work slightly better than it otherwise might, because she's introduced as being attached to this, like, you know, super secret organization that nobody knows about. And, you know, they were able to spirit her away and, you know, nobody knew about it, so you can totally believe that they're this secret organization that nobody knows about.
Yeah, I mean, it could have been a lot worse. Luckily, they didn't do too bad of a job, and it's like, yeah, he intended to finish it right then and there. It was just too popular, so I was like, shit. I gotta make as many rows as I can. I gotta make as many charges as I can. I do like Souther, though.
Oh yeah, Souther is like a lot of people's favorite character. Quite famously, the voice actress that plays Yuhi, the like clumsy, big-breasted girl in Haruhi, in real life, her voice actress is like famous for being kind of a delinquent, and you know has a classic motorbike that she rides to work on, and her favorite anime character is Salva.
Yeah, that intro is unforgettable when he's on the bikes, like that throne with all the bikes.
Yeah. It got referenced in like a new boss monster for a character in Yu-Gi-Oh! 7s, which is the currently airing one and is like more aimed at a younger audience. And I'm looking at the Souther reference and I'm like, who exactly was the target audience here? Because like, I get it, but I'm not the target audience for this show.
I mean, you know, just like you can throw in some hip-hop samples that get people talking, like especially if you read comments of certain songs, like, oh yeah, they sampled this, you know, that might get some conversation going about, hey, this existed at some point. So sometimes they do it for that reason too. You never know.
I think it was probably aimed at like the parents that are watching with their kids, but
Oh, that's fair. There's a show called Rocco's Modern Life that was very big on
Yeah.
evil humor. I never understood why my dad liked it so much, so I watched it again. So I just basically understood more about what's going on, like the Suckomatic and all this other crazy stuff.
yeah, there's a bunch of good Western shows from that era that were allegedly kid shows, but you'll probably enjoy them more as an adult.
Like, I mean, Beavis and Butthead, like, when I was younger, it's like, oh, yeah, you know, it's a cartoon, they're really dumb, but, like, you know, this is silly, but after watching as an adult, I'm like, wow, Mike Judge is brilliant. Really brilliant
Yeah.
about commenting about society. You know, that's pretty much what he does in all his shows, but yeah, he knows what he's talking about, but he wants to make fun of it.
Yeah. Like stuff like that, like Reboot, for example, I enjoyed much more rewatching it as an adult than I did watching it as a kid.
I never gave that a chance, but somebody talked about, like, the Army of Darkness reference in there. Like, yeah,
Oh,
there's
yeah, no,
basically Ash from Army of Darkness.
It's extremely good. Disney would like you to forget that it exists because it's the first fully CG animated TV show, and they're like, but Toy Story though. And it's very well put together.
I think another problem is it was just on a time where I had to go to school, so that's the other factor against it. So it's like, oh, you know, maybe if I did want to watch it, well, too bad. But at least I got to see Beast Wars.
I forgot to have drugs, that's why I'm doing such low damage. Yeah, I found pretty much all of it on VHS, and in fact, it's all up on YouTube, but I have it on a hard drive somewhere where it's like all been, someone has recorded it on VHS and then ripped it from the VHS.
Wow.
Yeah, because
The
I don't
lost
think
media
it,
here.
I don't think it ever got a DVD release.
That's unfortunate.
A lot of Western stuff is like that. For a while, we thought that the back half of the dub of Crush Gear Turbo was going to be lost media because they never released the back half on DVD, but someone eventually uploaded it. Unfortunately, they uploaded it from the Indonesian release, which has an absolutely god-awful replacement for the opening and ending, so the dub version of the opening and ending for that is actually kind of sick. The opening and ending were done by Jam Project, who also did the insert song, and that's how I found out about Jam Project, which is a major thing that led me to mecha anime in general, because they did a lot of music for mecha shows. I'm going the wrong way.
Am I going the right way? Okay.
Yeah, you are,
okay,
because Lunagaron is the target.
Yeah, I thought it was. I wanted to make sure. Keep going.
The English dub for the opening of Crush Gear, it rotated between doing the original Japanese version, an instrumental version, a professionally done English cover, and one that was being covered by the cast, which is very funny because some of the cast members are really into it and some of them really aren't. So that's quite charming in and of itself. But yeah, the Indonesian version has this god-awful sung in English replacement that is none of the ones that the English dub used. So on my version, I'm just I gotta remember to skip the intro and outro. Fortunately, they didn't touch the insert songs.
So there's an old anime called Burn Up W. It's very fan servicey and stuff, but I remember seeing the intro to that in VHSs from other shows. They're trying to show you, oh yeah, for instance, Guyver Bio Boosted Armor. It's yeah, here's some other animes you might want to buy from this publishing house that might be available. But I just ran into this I ran into it in like Spanish, and then all of a sudden you hear the song going, but then it stops and this guy speaks in Spanish over it. It's like, what? You ruined a perfectly good intro song. Like,
there's a
have
few
this dude talk over. Yeah,
there's a
your
few
focus
Latin
on these hot
American
chicks?
and Spanish dubs that have really, really good dub work though. There's one called The Red Baron, which a friend of mine introduced me to, and its Spanish version of the opening is incredibly good.
Okay. Yeah, like the U.S. Intro was just, you know, the flat-out Japanese one with some subtitles. But no, it's like, we're going to interrupt them. You know, you're getting excited by all the fan service going on the screen. And you have this dude talking over. It's like, fuck!
Oh, he's moving. Here it comes. Okay, so it looks like Lunagaron's tail can't be cut off.
Got it. But I know if I'm using slashing weapon, severing, I should still focus on it for damage purposes. I didn't realize that like the locational damage worked like that, where it's like, oh yeah, just keep going for the tail anyway, even after it's cut off. It's gonna do full damage.
Yeah, there is a reward for breaking the tail, but it can't be cut off, so you don't have to worry about, like, specifically targeting it too much.
You mean I don't need to work the left arm for the entire match, only for my opponent to have him use the left arm at the end to beat me like he wasn't even injured? I like that in Botchamania when they point that out.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Oh, come on. All of that, and then I swung in the wrong direction. Gotcha. Oh, sleeping. I have no idea how it stayed sleeping.
Ended the combo just in time. There we go, I redeemed myself.
Okay, I think from here should be okay. Actually, what if I do... No. Actually, there has to be a way that I can... No, I'll probably hit them knowing my luck. No, that's way too close. How about... If I run to about here... And then let's do... 1, 2, 3... And then that... Oh, for fuck's sake! I took too long. I need to practice that. Yeah, well, I know what I'm doing after stream. I'm gonna go into the practice room and practice my true charge slash spacing.
What a true gamer. TRU, true.
Because on this setup I use surging strikes. So I don't have the like really easy setup where you do like the back roll and then the tackle and tackle and tackle, like tackle, and then your setup thing. I don't have that.
Yeah. Since I'm not doing Vortex right now, I have to like do some specific air game to get a really good attack to get some of our blue damage going, but just not used to it yet, so I'm not utilizing it as well as I could. It's interesting doing the different fight styles for sure, though.
Oh, I forgot to change back to Rage Slash.
I also really like how I think everybody has like some kind of counter move. Like mine's that little spin thing. Like if they hit me during that, I can just jump in the air and then get free setups.
Yeah, that's something that Rise added, and it's a really nice, like, generic quality of life improvement to just always have a defensive button.
Yeah, the insect glaive was just so easy to use. Did you dodge death?
Yeah, he gave up after the second hit, but, like, I got wall splattered and everything.
Oh, earlier, Lauren made the joke about, like, one of the so-called villains did nothing wrong. Well, like, if you watch Deep Space Nine,
yeah,
they try to make Gold Dukat more stupid because people were starting to sympathize with him. They didn't want you to sympathize.
they did too good a job of writing the character.
Yeah, I mean, hey, you know, you're always a hero in your own story, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Human nature.
Do I have... No.
But, I was in a server for my flight sims where people can, like, you know, they donate, and, like, one of the donation incentives is, you can, like, name your, like, missions anything. And one of them was Gold Dukat did nothing wrong. It's just funny running into that randomly, and I just thought about that and, like, looked it up a bit more and thought about it. I was like, okay, there's actually quite some strong opinions on this. It wasn't just somebody shit posting.
Yeah, DS9 is interesting because it was very unpopular at the time, and now it's considered like one of the best things Star Trek has ever done as a franchise.
Okay, to be fair, if you're watching it in real time, oh my god, was that a slow build-up? Like,
yeah.
And then you got still got Enterprise going. Sorry, Next Generation, which I'd watch with my dad. Yeah, sorry, what am I thinking? Yeah, Next Generation. I'm sick of the ship's name, but I watched Next Generation with my dad. I was always more excited for that, but just DS9, it's like slow build-up, and if you miss something, you can miss a lot, actually.
Yeah.
So the fact that we have it all in one concurrent go, yeah, it makes a lot more sense why it's opinions would go up as we have more accessibility to it at the pace we want.
There was also like an intrinsic kind of distaste for it because DS9 is largely set in one location, which is obviously not what Star Trek is traditionally about.
Yeah. Then there's the whole brouhaha about it was like stolen from the Babylon 5 people. Like there's a script writer like, shoot, we got to make something to compete with Babylon 5.
Yeah, although I think DS9 almost immediately went in a very different direction to Babylon 9.
100%. After the first season, it's so dramatically different. I mean, you can kind of see where it started a little bit. Yeah, they're not comparable anymore. But I do believe that, like, the DNA for the start of it was
absolutely.
probably whatever that group. Yeah, 100%.
Babylon 5. Babylon 5. DS9 and Babylon 5. I should probably actually watch Babylon 5 sometime, because I never have.
my buddies and I made it to about season 3, like maybe middle of season 4, but basically, well, it's still known that a certain actor pretty much dips out, so, yeah. So, I mean, keep in mind, like, when you get to season 2, there's a particular actor, I just won't spoil it, but basically, a particular actor that, some people liked a lot that just couldn't take it because of his own mental health. Only reason,
that's
I think.
rough.
But, yeah, so, there's a certain, like, person in there that's like, yeah, just don't try to get too attached to all the cast. Most people will spoil who it is later. Yeah, I mean, it's an old thing, just because simply that person doesn't last as much as they should. Yeah, it's completely different. And, I don't know, like, there's a particular conflict. Once it resolves, it's like, if there's another big one that's going on, that's kind of where our interest petered off a bit. And then, just also, we got busier, too.
He stood up into it.
But no, I do recommend giving it a shot and seeing what you think, and then seeing if you like how it shifts later. But yeah, again, it wasn't a bad shift. It was just a more matter of, like, we kind of watched a little bit too fast and had other shit going on.
Yeah.
And there's actually more action than Deep Space Nine for sure. I think there's almost like a fight every episode, or at least every other episode.
Yeah, DS9 is a lot closer to TNG, where it's like sometimes the conflict isn't like an action conflict.
Yeah, it's words. It's like words and mind games and stuff for sure.
I mean,
yeah,
I will die on the hill that one of the best episodes of DS9 is the one where like 80% of it is just Kira and a Cardassian in a holding cell having a conversation. That's the entire episode. It's like the best episode in the show.
Oh, absolutely. Like, yeah, I think I know which one you might be talking about. Like, no, it's referenced a lot, but like, in the case of Babylon 5, though, they're more willing to do some physical action. And there's a scene, though, where it's like, okay, keep in mind, you're in that space station, right? It's a pretty big one. And they even tell you at the beginning, like, people come and go. And it's obviously well known, like, there's a poor sector. There's a sector for the people who basically are going there for refuge in the have-nots. But, like, they're investigating this dangerous part of the station, the security guy. And literally, from the ceiling, from chains, some reinforcements come to help fight this guy. It just can't get over that. Like, they friggin' had chains to slide down that just came out of nowhere, and that's still something I meme about. Those particular guys, it's like, wow, it's just so over the top of based.
Yeah, I mean, I don't hate that. Like, that's certainly a specific aesthetic that you are going for there, but that's very, like, ray gun sci-fi kind of thing, which I don't dislike. But I know that a lot of people get really mad about it.
People get mad about everything, though.
Yeah.
So just pick your favorite poison.
Alright, that's all my side quests done. So yeah, that's probably a good place to stop, and I will do some practice on Greatsword. I'm hopeful that I'll finish up in the next couple of days, and then I'll have like more time to be streaming more regularly. Assuming that my throat can keep up. But yeah, please like the video if you did, and I will see you next time.